Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Misunderstood series Talk Back. The premiere just went down on YouTube, and I am here with the cast. My name is Janeé Bolden. I am joined with the cast. We have Sammie Bush Jr., who plays Noah, Shenika Travis, who plays Sammie. I'm also joined by Miles Brock, who plays Malcom, and Brandon Anthony, who plays London. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Was that the first time for everybody seeing the pilot?
First and a half for me.
Yeah, it was the first one for me.
Yes.
What was it like seeing everyone like in the comments, giving feedback? Was it exciting?
Ladies first, Sammie.
Yes, it was exciting. It was very interesting to see what the girls thought about Noah and his choices. And then I was looking to see if there was some guys in there, but I didn't see many. But yeah, it was very interesting to see what their thoughts were.
Dope. So just for the people who are watching, this is the first pilot that Tough Love creators Caleb and Ronnie Davis are launching on their YouTube channel via a new series called Black Pilots. I'm actually gonna mention a survey for everyone tuning in to fill out and give your feedback on the premiere. You can win a $50 Amazon gift card and Sammie's candle bundle from his new candle line. There's also a GoFundMe link in the episode description for those who want to support and see more episodes from this amazing series. You guys ready for some questions about the making of this project?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, well, first of all, I gotta ask everybody what made you want to be part of the show. We can start with Sammie, and then from there we'll go to Brandon.
When you say Sammie, which Sammie are we talking about in this?
Right.
I'm gonna use your real names, or unless you prefer me to use the show names. You want me to call you Noah?
That's a lot of confusion for me and Shenika.
So you want me to call you Noah so it won't be as confusing, or you want me to use your real name?
Say Sammie, that's fine.
Okay.
But for me, I actually like always wanted to tap into acting later on in my, pivot from my music career. I still am highly invested in the music, but that comes easy. This was the first time in a long time in entertainment that I was nervous. I get this call from Monique, my PR, and also my mom. I call her Mama Mo. And she's like, got this perfect fit for you. You got the part, and she sends me this whole like big thing to learn. And I was like, okay, when you need this by, and she's like 2 weeks. And I'm like, I've never acted a day in my life. So I don't know how this is gonna work. But to be nervous and excited and to tap into something that's foreign for me and uncomfortable is where you birth growth. You know what I'm saying? So I got an acting coach for in a week and did my best, and then flew out to LA, and so you have it. And then I don't know, now I feel so connected to the cast too. Like we was together, I think 2-3 days, and 2 of those days were kind of extensive. And to create friendships out of characters that were created for a certain film or a certain series is also refreshing. So I just wanted to tap into something new and get my feet wet. And what better way than to do it head first.
Dope. And what about you, Brandon? What made you want to be part
Well,
of
when I was introduced to the script, it was with one of my good friends and colleagues, Ernest, and he told me that it was an opportunity that he thought would be good for me. So when I read the script, I just liked how it flowed. I liked how the character that I'm portraying, it's tend to him being a gay character and his boyfriend tend to, we had that masculine role. We wasn't being portrayed in, one of those feminine characters. So I think it was good to kind of like showcase the different lifestyles in the LGBTQ community. So I thought it would be good to sort of, carry that story.
That's a great point. Miles, did you have a similar motivation? What was your motivation?
Absolutely. Brandon and I, we share a mutual friend, Ernest, who is also my publicist. When he reached out to me and gave the reference to Jade and said how amazing of a person she was, and he thought that this would be an amazing opportunity. Acting, to piggyback off of what Sammie said, is something that I always wanted to tap into, coming from reality and coming from music myself. I was a little scared. Like I never really wanted to jumping into the acting realm, get stuck in like the gay You know what I mean? The gay
like a
character.
stereotype.
Yeah, the stereotype of always playing like the gay role. But you know, I talked to Jade and I talked to the producers, and they were like, no, we want like a masculine guy, and you know, like they gave me the vision, so I was comfortable. And then when I found out it was Brandon, I knew him, so I was like, all right, it's cool, I'm down.
It made it easier for us, for
it
sure.
Made it easier. So yeah, and we're friends in real life, so it was like, all right, so yeah, we definitely had that chemistry, so it was cool.
How about you,
Yeah.
Shenika?
So I received an email from a different director I've worked with before. And when I saw the breakdown, what attracted me was the different character breakdowns. And I was like, wow, this is what really goes on today. Reading Noah's character, I'm like, sounds very familiar. Like, I would love to see this vision come to light. I actually auditioned, Jade, hopefully this is okay to say. I was going for the sister role. I didn't go for girl Sammie. And I was like, I want to go for the girl. Let me go for the sister. And Jade hit back and said, no, I want you to read for Sammie, you know? And I was like, okay. So being able to just challenge myself to go after a role like that. Because I normally play like the hardcore or like a powerhouse type of female character. So to be on the soft side, be submissive was very fun and interesting to just discover her and play her along with Sammie as well. So it was really great.
Dope. And when we first start watching the pilot, it opens right up into this pretty, you know, I think most adults, it's kind of a familiar territory when you've been with somebody for a while, and the expectation is kind of like, you know, take the next step or call off all bets. And so I guess the question that I had from there is, why do you think it's hard for some people to commit, even though they might be with, you know, someone that everyone else can see so clearly is the one?
I could talk from experience for myself, and this would kind of make me a little more confident in trying to portray Noah. I've been in a 4-year relationship where everyone around us can say like, you all are the one, you know, what was taking at this point the man so long to make it all the way official. And in my mind, you know, and what I've been taught, and it's just a stigma, but it's some truth to it. Women mature faster than us, you know what I'm saying? So we might feel chemistry and we might feel love and joy, but it's still this like, is it forever type thing when a woman knows off the rip. So I love the dynamics in that, because I actually have been there where a woman is like, all right, the key and the garage opener is not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to move in, I need drawers, I need space, and actually I need everything. And it takes a real man to be intentional in that moment from the jump. Actually, it's just a disconnect, and it's growing pains, and it takes time. So actually, it's funny, when I got back out of LA and from being Noah, me and my dating life, I've been super intentional because of that. I'm like, you know what, 4 years is a long time to not know if you want to do it forever. I don't even have that anymore. So I think it's just a disconnect with our genetic makeup, where women and people who aren't in the situation know, and a man takes a little longer and lags a little bit.
What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, to feed off Sammie, I think that also with the whole social media aspect and the component that we like experience in our generation, there's just so many. I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store when you're on social media and see so many, you know, so sometimes it might not be good enough for you. You always, you know, someone may be trying to see more, you know, what's out there, because you see on social media, there's so much more out there, right? So if you're never satisfied, you tend to always want to go and fulfill whatever need that is that, you know, that you probably would never fulfill. You know what I'm saying? So I think that had a lot to do with it as well.
Wow, I didn't even think
Right.
about that. How social media is changing the way we look at relationships.
I mean,
Yeah, because I thought I was top 10. You know what I'm saying, in the country. But then when social media happened, I was like, God damn!
It takes a shot to your ego, huh? Like, it's a lot of competition on
It's
here.
a shot to
And
it's a lot of,
just
and they
just
smart too. Yeah.
to be a little bit more blunt, like Brandon was being political correct right now. Everybody is hoes these days, okay? They just want their cake and eat it too. Like, that's just what it is. Like, let's just be 100. Like, they just want their cake and they want to eat it too. All right, you could have like the grand prize sitting in your lap and you want a piece of that cake over there. Like, that's just what it is. Okay, like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like,
right. Okay, but just, let's just take Noah, for example. Noah's turning 30. And I feel like a lot of us set this goal where like you can have your whole phase in college or in your 20s. And most people seem to feel that you should be maturing by the time you're 30 and that whole phase should be over. Are we saying that in this day and age, there's not those type of limitations anymore?
I think it depends on the person.
Right.
I honestly,
Yeah, that's
it
true,
depends
too.
on the person. It depends on how disciplined or, you know, the mindset that they're going to have on, you know what, I'm going to go into this relationship and be committed. Because I think there's not even no age no more. Social media has made it extremely available and open for all ages. Because it doesn't matter your age, they're going to slide up in a DM and offer you something. And it's like, you can take it or leave it. And, you know, it comes down to like the value that we all hold as men and women, you know, because some women is like, hey, you do you, I'll do me, but let me just get what I want. And some are okay with that, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Depends on
agree.
the person overall.
Right.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about content a little bit. This series is offering something that's not currently available on you know, TV or even some of the streaming platforms that we're watching these days. What do you guys think has been missing from current Black creators?
I think just from this pilot, the diversity that Shenika spoke on. You know what I'm saying? We have masculine homosexual men, right? But you know, they're not being portrayed as less than or weaker than, or you know what I'm saying? They're still men. And they're men with Noah, a straight guy. You know what I'm saying? It's why I was so baffled when I see Malcom come in and he's engaged, because they used to be a thing. Those are real narratives. Those are real things.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, Georgia, where
Definitely. I definitely had my gay bestie tell me he was only dating women for a while.
yeah, so I think that to diversity of what goes on in the Black community is beautiful in this series, is because it's true talk, but you don't really see that. As you said, Miles was like kind of hesitant because he didn't want to be pigeonholed to I got to be that every time. No, we needed a masculine man, a tall, handsome man that also loves women or is experimenting and going through that. These are real things that goes on in the real world, but we have yet to see that come to the forefront. So shout out to Jay for tapping into that and not being afraid to be bold.
Right.
And
Definitely. And I think
Absolutely.
that's a great
'Cause-
point. Like the content has to catch up with society.
because it's all about
Well, it's because in the Black community, like for men, once you gay. Like it's no bisexual. Like there's no such thing as a Black male being bisexual. It's like, especially for women, like they think once a man kisses a man or messes with a man, he's automatically gay. So I think for Jade to show like that a Black man can be bisexual, because that's basically what she was painting. Like he was with a man for a long time, and now he's married, he's engaged to a woman. Like, and then he went in the bathroom and was kissing him again. So it's just kind of like she was showing like bisexuality does exist in men. Like I think that narrative definitely needs to be painted a lot more, because it does exist. So, you know, they just like to label Black men being gay. That's it.
Even the relationship with Noah and London, you know, Noah being a heterosexual male and his best friend being a gay male, it kind of shows their relationship that, you know, those two different sides of the world can still be friends. You know what I'm saying? And one doesn't feel intimidated with the other. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing.
That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should ask a little bit about how you guys felt about each of your characters. And I want to start with Shenika, because we see some change. I think there's this idea of who Sammie is at the beginning of the pilot. And by the end, I think we have a totally different idea of who she is. What did you like about your character, Sammie, Shenika?
That she gave him a chance. She was patient, very patient, 5 years patient. And, you know, she stated what she wanted. And again, I love that she was being submissive to him, right? Making sure that she was available and giving it a try. And I like that she was able to turn on that savage towards the end. It's like, I'm here, I do miss you, but guess what? You still don't want to give me what I need. I'm gonna go get it elsewhere. And there are some of us out here that are like that. You know, sometimes girls are not gonna always wait around on a guy until he's ready. And it sucks that a guy it clicks for him when it's too late, you know, when she's gone. But I love that she turned into being submissive and turning into be a savage. That's what I liked.
So you feel like she's a savage by the end?
But, I mean, at the end, having a guy in the bed, ignoring Noah's phone call, yep, bye.
I just like how the credits rolled and it says random guy in bed. Like now he's a random guy. He's a random guy. We could have just, you know, we're not in Sammie's business like that. She could have had him on deck. He might have been in the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He might have been there all along. Who knows, Noah? No, you wasn't stepping up. She might have had a little side piece action going.
Yeah, 2021. That's how they do.
Ooh, dang. Hey, it's social media. I mean, they in the DMs. You gotta come with it. It's a mindset.
What I really loved about shooting this though, so I meet Shenika first, and we have to have our read as soon as I touch down and try to get the chemistry going before we actually go to the table read. And how living it to me, mind you, I'm new, I've never done this. You know what I'm saying? I sing great and I can perform, but I've never done this. Her energy was so, and I picked up on it quick that, and I don't know that personally, but I could feel that in her real life, Shenika Travis is like, I ain't fucking around for 5 years and giving you all goddamn give me a key. Like the way she like, it helped me kind of tap into my Noah a little more, because I'm like, oh, she really, really on a personal, spiritual level resonates with the I don't have all day. You know what I'm saying? And how dare you waste 5 years of my life and think that the big step is just access to your place anytime. And I learned maybe that is how it works in energy exchange as far as being an actor goes, because I was able to now tap into, oh, I've seen this face before. I've seen the disappointment on a woman's face before. I wasn't doing right or moving at a pace that she wanted me to move. And I thought that was beautiful for her to be able to, again, take a submissive role. And then as you see, she thrives in her savage at the end with the random guy.
She was a little disappointed that she couldn't answer the phone.
Yeah, and that's what that we go. But see, women gotta be tough and act like she liked the random guy, knowing that a soft spot in the window open for Noah. You know what I'm saying? She was hesitant. And the scene, even when I was like, you look nice. And she was like, thank you. And I tried to get the kiss. I didn't get that. Thank you. We saw some, damn, it still is a little space for him.
You gotta work hard now. You gotta work hard for it.
Season, next series, it's a series.
Well, I do like that Noah went to bed alone. I did like that. Although I was a little concerned because the candle was burning. I had all types of like, he needs to blow the candle out before he goes to bed. That's
safety issues.
Yeah. Safety concerns. This is actually, I have a question for everyone, because I feel like, Brandon, your character, when he confronts Malcom and is like, who knew you were ready for an engagement or marriage or XYZ? Do we need to start having these conversations and really make our expectations clear in our relationships sooner? Whether you're looking at Sammie and Noah, the fact that they're in a 5-year relationship and Noah thinks it's okay, like a key is enough of a sign of commitment. Is it something that we, whether we're in same-sex relationships or other relationships, we need to start setting expectations, like where, after 6 months, where is this going? Is that something that you think that we all need to be more clear on? I feel like we're very casual now. Situationships are the norm.
Yeah. They are. I mean, I think at some point, expectations need to be set if you want to see yourself, pursuing something with the person. I think that if from the jump, if you guys both make it clear that you guys are just having fun, then you guys are having fun. But then once feelings start to, get involved, and it's time for that person to sort of, have that conversation. Because if I know that if my feelings are not involved in it and your feelings are, and we started off by saying that we're just cool, it's best for us to have that conversation, because I don't want you to feel like you're not getting something that you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm doing something, you know what I'm saying, that doing less than what you more, you know, than what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like at some point you need to have that conversation when you feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's time to make that next step. But like you said, situationships are at an all-time high. And I think that the single world, most are okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
what do you think, Sir Brock?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a situation that should be had up front before you like start dating somebody, because I go into situations like with the thought of, are we getting married? Like, I'm not trying to date you forever. Like, I'm looking to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking just for like, what are we doing? Are we gonna be dating for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? Like, nah, we're building towards something when we start dating, right? Okay. So we're looking for the long run. Okay, your ultimate goal is to be married, right? If you don't want to be married when we start dating, then we're not a match. That's just my thought in my head, but that's how I look today.
Yeah. We have a couple questions from the YouTube page. One subscriber, Carpe Diem, asked about why the main female leads is named Sammie, and Jade Martin, who's the creator of the series, actually asked me to explain that happened before Sammie Bush was actually cast.
Right.
So it's entirely a coincidence.
Yeah.
And I personally feel that it just was a sign that Sammie was meant to be a part of this project because there was already a Sammie involved in the project. And it's just ironic. And I know probably a little confusing for everybody, because I know every time I say Sammie, both of the leads are like, which one of us are who are you talking to? So just wanted to address that. Another question from YouTube is how would you each hope to see your characters develop? That's a great question. I definitely am curious about that. What's next? What's next for Malcom? You going to the Oscar or nah?
What's next for Malcom? I would like to see Malcom in London or Rekindle somewhere down the line, to be honest. I would love to see, you know what I'm saying? I would like to see them reunite, to be honest.
What happened to fiance?
I mean, I feel like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like what we tend to get beards. You know what I'm saying? We fight our feelings. Like I've lived in Malcolm's real life, in real life. So not to say that he might not be in love with his fiance, but I think that Malcom needs to, obviously, like there's some sort of connection with him in London, like they're still in love. So I think that they should, you know, figure it out.
I think the mature thing, what I would want to see is for Malcom to have a conversation with his fiance that's honest about, you know, still having feelings for London. I think that that's something we almost never see. Like people just kind of make up lies when they break up. It becomes like, oh, it's not about this other person. It just wasn't.
I mean, but that has to happen, right? If he goes back to London.
It doesn't necessarily have to happen. He could very easily just say like, hey, you know, I'm having cold feet. You know, he could lie about
that's
it.
true.
I think
he could dance around it.
I think it would be a good mature thing that we haven't really seen in programming before. And I would love to see that, because I think, you know, and I feel like there's so many ways that it's happened stereotypically, where you might have the woman like, you know, call him something ugly, you know, go there in terms
Flip
of
out.
And she's liable and not to know about his past with London, period. So it's not like he's just one, he knew that he is a bisexual man. So that's a conversation women would kind of appreciate.
Right.
No, how do y'all not know that she's a bisexual woman and they're open though?
Oh,
and she might be cool.
Ooh, open
And she might be.
Pandora's box.
How do y'all not
Y'all
know
are
that
about
they're
to get into
bisexual?
polygamous
Open,
situation.
how do y'all not know she's a bisexual open couple and she want to bring London in and they about to be a thruple? How do y'all not know that?
Oh,
That would be very 2021.
co-written by Sir Brock.
How do y'all not know?
Hey, Martin,
Y'all
are
gotta
you
stay
taking notes?
tuned. Y'all gotta stay tuned.
No, I think that would be those would all be amazing potential plots to come out of the pilot. How about you, Brandon? Where do you see London going and growing?
Well, I was involved in all of those scenarios he just did, so those work out for me. I just want to see how it all plays out, just in terms of our relationship, or if it comes to the point to where, London might find somebody, what I'm saying, that trumps Noah and he feels some certain type of way. Like, who knows? So we'll see.
Wait, you said London might find somebody that trumps Noah? You mean
No,
Trump's
that trumps Malcolm. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
I'm like,
is there a
Noah.
He was like,
subplot?
wait, now that's a plot twist, right? No.
I'm like, wait, not Noah coming out.
Nah, that Malcolm, no, that trumps Malcolm. But yeah, I'm excited just to see where it plays out in general.
Okay, and Sammie, Noah has now started looking at his 30-year goals. He's realizing he's not quite the man he had hoped he would be. Are we going to start to see some growth? Do you hope to see growth and development with Noah? And if
I'm not finished, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if Sammie doesn't answer the phone, what's he going to do? Is he going to go back with the girl that was Tatiana
That was
at
just
the party, or
it was just the liquor that allowed the twerking to.
just the thotting? Yeah, the liquor let the thotting happen.
I think that because the first thing on Noah's list was to be married. That was his first thing. Forget everything else that he hadn't accomplished. Because him doing even the bare minimum was enough to be the popular guy and the known guy. I want my girl back. I would like to see him put forth an effort to really go get Sammie back. You know what I'm saying? And not take her not answering as the final thing, because at this point I owe it to her 5 years worth of time passed to go over and beyond, even if it comes to me finding out she moved on or had a one night stand, whoever this random guy was, that's something that is tough for any man to take. The idea.
You better go fight for your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to see Noah grow and go fight. I think he owes it to Sammie to do that. Whether she takes him back is another thing, but at least he puts forth the effort to get her back.
Okay. And Shenika, how about you? Where do you see Sammie growing? How do you see her developing?
Well, to piggyback off of Guy Sammie, I agree. I will want Sammie to put her big woman pants on and say, you know what? It's been 5 years. Let's get on your stuff. If it's business, staying in school, focus, have a little fun, but still make sure I'm open and available for Noah to get himself together and realize the type of woman I am and that I'm here for him. I don't want to give in too easy, because then I don't feel like Noah may have learned his lesson and he needs to be well ready for this commitment. So just give him a little stinger, make him wait a little bit, but have Sammie, girl Sammie, have a little fun, just a little.
I'm glad she's having fun. I'm all for the girls having fun. Now, I'm not necessarily subscribing to the savage lifestyle, but
we don't know what that savage was. He was just keeping this other side of the bed warm. Nothing happened. That was it. We can all be tasteful in this. Let me tell you, different women can be very tasteful.
Shenika Travis is dangerous.
I like how she thinks. I'm actually getting cues from Jade that we can start to give our final thoughts. I know, Sammie, you have a new song. Can you talk about that?
Yes, on my birthday this past Monday, March 1st, we just released a single. It's called Crazy. I did like a time quarantine in last year. I was writing on live and let my fans see me do it. That live went crazy, like 1 million views on Facebook and all that. So I saved that record for this time. And it's just about a man taking accountability for the things that we do to provoke the crazy out of a woman. If you cheat on a woman, you lie on a woman, or you're with her for 5 years and then You just give her a key and she goes crazy on you, you got to take some accountability for that emotion and that irrational decision and behavior that she's basking in. So it's available on all digital formats. It's a real R&B record, and a record that I think is necessary because every woman has been called crazy and every man has done something to provoke a woman to be crazy. So we can all relate on both spectrums.
Great. And I just want to give everybody
happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sammie.
Thank that so much. Thank you. I had a ball.
21.
We're gonna stick with that now. Yes.
21.
I just want to give the rest of you a chance for any final thoughts before I close out.
Well, I just want to say thank you to Jay and the producers for actually giving me the opportunity. I didn't know anything about the project, so to be introduced to it and being trusted with the character, just auditioning one time and us having that chemistry with Brock and with Sammie, like, just thank you guys for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys even more in the future.
To piggyback off of Brandon, the same thing. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, producers. I love you guys. I had a lot of fun with this cast, and when it get picked up, because I know it's gonna get picked up, don't forget about us. Y'all better not switch up the cast. All right, now when y'all get to make right. Y'all better not switch up the cast on us. All right. But yeah, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Yes, I'm glad to see all the great feedback from YouTube and everyone being invested and interested. And it was a really great episode, and I enjoyed working with all of you. Sam, from our first time getting that awkwardness out, like, let's figure this out. Me being called out about touching your beard, Mama Mo. I was like, oh Lord, she didn't call me out. To us going into the second day of filming and everybody just vibing and connecting. And you can just tell it was just great vibes with everyone. And I love seeing everybody on the screen. Again, thank you, Jay, Ronnie, Caleb. And my prayers is that, we get this ball rolling. We got great stories to tell and great talent to do that.
And Monique and Janeé, thank you too.
Monique, yeah, Janeé.
Very welcome. I'm so proud of everyone involved in this project. And again, for everyone in our audience who's been tuned in, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is the first pilot that Tough Love creators Caleb and Ronnie Davis are launching on their YouTube channel via a new series called Black Pilots. Definitely, when you have a chance, fill out the survey for feedback. If you fill out the survey, you can win a $50 Amazon gift card and Sammie's candle bundle. I promise you, they smell really good. I have them and they're amazing. Mm-hmm. That will be in the episode description. You can find the survey there. There's also a GoFundMe link. Please support this and Black creators. We are trying to make amazing content for you. We are making amazing content for you. Shout out to Jay, because this is truly an amazing series. And this has been the Misunderstood series pilot playback. I'm Janeé Bolden. And thanks again, Sammie Bush Jr., Brandon Anthony, Miles Brock, and Shenika Travis. You guys have a great night.
You. Love y'all.
You too. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Be
Shout
safe.
out to Jay Martin, creator of this series.
We love you.